long history, has crossed, you know, been through so many eras of pop. I have to mention, Coleen, that the unfortunate revelations about Jimmy Saville at the moment, which I think have disappointed and shocked us all. You yourself had experience of working with him. I mean, what were your feelings at the time?
Well, you know, at the time I was 14 and it was just an uncomfortable situation.
What, you found yourself in a situation with him?
Yes, I mean, he was... the girls were doing Top of the Pops and I stood with him while he made the announcement. And it was an uncomfortable situation, the way he held me. And then he mentioned about going to a hotel. But that, you know, you didn't talk about those things then. You didn't think anything more about it. I just thought, oh, I don't like that. You know, 14-year-old. And to me, he was 112 then, you know, at 14. And I thought, no, thanks. But now, obviously, compared to what else has come out in these other women, I mean, it's so much more about them. What happened to me was just... Yeah, and like you say, what could have been? Who knows what could have been if I'd have been on my own? But luckily, I was the backup of the Witches of Eastwick.
Do you think it is...
He didn't stand a chance.
Not a chance. No, they'd fend him off. Do you think it was the fact that girls of your age were just afraid to say no to a man who was so enormous in terms of popularity and fame? Is it as simple as that?
I think it was that, and I also think in the 70s and certainly the early 80s, you didn't talk about it. You know, everything is so much more out in the open now.
But if it had been if you had been my daughter, and this is what struck me all the way through it, a lot of people who seemed to know it went on and turned a blind eye. If it had been their daughter in there with him, surely they would have felt rather differently and would have said something.
It's, you know,
they didn't know their parents.
And don't get us wrong, you know, we think it's absolutely horrendous. But... like Coleen said, their parents probably didn't know, and the kids didn't tell them because, you know, they thought...
And who's going to believe them? You know, that's the thing when you're a child. Who's going to believe me against a man who's so powerful, who's so loved by everybody, you know, for his charity work and all of that? Who's going to believe a young 14 or 15-year-old?
I mean, people will feel guilty that maybe if they did know and they didn't come forward, but... As I say, you know, it was different then.
It's a double tragedy, really. Tragic that the man everybody thought was, you know, such a great guy, to disappoint everybody, but also the tragedy that it happened to the girls as well.
And tragic that he isn't here, actually, to defend himself either, so...
Well, we finish on a brighter note, and that is that